So on Social Blade, it says that my YouTube and my Instagram is a C+. Like, what the hell? On average, I lose 8 followers a day. It tells you like every day how many negatives and then how many followers. So then I'll get like 2 followers, 1 follower. Yeah. But then when I'm losing 12, it like doesn't make any sense. It's like, I can't lose 12 and gain 1.
That's tough.
I think we need to have a meeting and discuss like with the team, like moving forward in 2020, like what is going to happen, so that way everybody's on the same page and we can really like capitalize in what we're doing and have a real strategy. The days of like just doing it for fun is over.
Hey Roxy, how's it going?
Hey Enrique, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. So there's so many things going on right now. I kind of wanted to have like a meeting with everybody to kind of discuss like our goals for 2020. Is there any way you can meet up and have a meeting?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm available whenever you are.
All right, sounds good. I'll get everybody's schedule and then I will send you a message.
All right, sounds good.
All right, see you soon.
Okay, see you soon.
Bye. Sweet. Today I am meeting with my girlfriend Kier, who was on E's House of DBF. So we're gonna see what she has to say about Instagram and its crazy algorithm. Hey! Oh my gosh, how are you?
Oh, so good to see you.
I know.
How are you? Your shower looks like I'm jumping in because it's like a ripple on the hardwood.
Right. Well, thank you for inviting me over.
Yeah, come on in. Have a seat. It's so nice to see you.
I know,
I
it's
haven't seen
been
you
forever. Seriously, I'm like, Kier, I remember like us being in Fashion Week together.
I know,
and just
that
like,
was so fun.
I know, when it was fun, right? When
It was
social
fun.
media was like fun and creating content was fun and
You could just post
yeah.
whatever.
I know. So basically like the idea is that I'm like, what do I do? Because on Instagram, I'm just like declining like every day. And it's not just like I'm losing like 5 followers. I'm losing hundreds of followers.
Bleeding followers.
Yes. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, I feel like I'm on like some kind of Instagram like
Pumped or something?
yes. Like, let's just take because I remember reading, I don't know if it was your blog or your Instagram post about how you were just so frustrated that you even like deleted your Instagram.
I did. I deactivated my Instagram with like 117,000 followers. And it had been declining for a while as well. But the main problem was that like people were commenting like, I'd never see your stuff. So my answer would just be like, turn on post notifications because I don't know what else I can do.
Right.
The algorithm is just not showing my stuff to my people, and how is it going to do well? So what happens is, a couple months maybe go by before someone sees you, and then they've forgotten who you are, and they're like, why am I following this person? Whereas if it was chronological like it used to be, if you're posting every day, they're seeing you every day, they're building a relationship with you, they're starting to like your personality, they're starting to really be invested in your life and what you're doing. Whereas if Instagram just thinks this post is good, I'm going to show it, and then 2 months later, this post is good, I'm going to show it. They can't like build a relationship with you because they're not seeing you in their feed.
People, I feel like, are not even on the feed anymore. They're just more on stories.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, so then I end up posting my picture to the stories like, hey, come and check this picture out.
Right.
And then sometimes I'll have like 1,500 views, and then sometimes I have like 4,000 views. I'm like, what? I don't understand this. Yeah, I think in 2020, I feel like we all, as like influencers or bloggers, YouTubers, whatever you want to do on social media, like you need to have a strategy. I mean, I know a lot of people are now going to like video, like Javi keeps telling me, like YouTube is like such a big thing, Roxy. Like you just like let go of your YouTube channel and you just focused on like Instagram, which he's like, I don't know why you're focusing on that when you're constantly declining.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, okay, so I need to go back to like
YouTube.
I mean, I've done like tons of shows for like big channels on YouTube and styling gigs and just everything that I could have done on YouTube. Like, I've done it all. And I'm like, but what the fuck? Like,
which videos do the best? Just do more of those. I think when you can make someone feel better, if you can make them feel comforted or like they're not alone or whatever, right. You know, that's first of all how you're going to build that really close connection with them to where they want, like they crave your content, because you make them feel better. You know right. what I mean? And I think that's probably key. Is Javi's right. Stick to stuff that is like going to make people feel not only like they know you, but better about themselves and their lives.
Because they're not alone, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Love you, girl.
Love you. Today I scheduled a team meeting to discuss our goals for 2020 and moving forward. A lot of our production is currently on hold right now due to COVID-19. However, we plan to resume the second this is all over. We're just crossing our fingers. So I basically wanted to have like a meeting just to discuss some like 2020 goals. So obviously we want to continue to do the photos and videos and create the content that we need to create. And so far I've been able to get brand deals to kind of pay for the team and basically put my money back into the business. So that's awesome, but I want to shoot more content, you know, whatever it might be, and obviously pay more. That being said, I wanted to do like this series, and hopefully it sheds light on you know, the struggles, because it's not just all like, hey, we're doing videos for fun and you know, taking pretty pictures. Like, it is an actual business. What I think a lot of viewers don't understand is like your like go-to YouTuber, whoever that might be, like your biggest, like the Ace family, they're running a legitimate business. Like, it is not just like, oh, we're shooting all this fun content.
I think everybody starts like there, like the first, you know, maybe a couple months, even the first year, you're like, it's just like, let's try this. And then you get over that hump of like, let's try this. And then there's like some money coming in, and then you're like, okay, wow, now how do you keep growing it? And then you then start to hire people, and that costs money. And then now it turns into like a legitimate business, like a real running business. And I think that's the point that a lot of people don't see. And I think it would be great to, you know, shed some light on it. And I'm sure everybody's interested in something of that nature.
I think another part that a lot of viewers, they gravitate to, but they're not necessarily sure how it actually works behind the scenes, is how YouTubers or social media influencers, like, they have a master category. What is it that they're actually focusing on in all of their content, and how consistent is it throughout their platforms that actually brings in more viewers and loyal viewers, I guess, and people that are engaging with it. So maybe looking back at what you've been doing for the last couple of years and seeing what is it that you consider your master category, and how can you either double down on that, or if you're ready for a shift, then where is that shift going to?
I think what the algorithm hits mostly more than anything is like consistency. So like, I think it's gonna hit like viewer consistency too. YouTube wants to understand to the T what you do and what you are, because they can't fill space if they don't know who you are. And that, back to the whole business thing, comes to brand. I think at the end,
so I think part of like the goal for 2020, you know, obviously the strategy, but like rebranding, for things to make sense. Like, if I'm putting up, you know, we're doing a lot of focus on YouTube and that kind of content, how am I gonna pull Instagram and Enrique and photos and the brand sponsorships, like all of that into one, and make it one cohesive like brand that, you know, makes sense?
I don't think you give out enough content for everybody to believe or understand how you are a businesswoman. I think being an entrepreneur is really difficult, and I think a lot of people will inspire to that. And whether you're providing content, you're selling cell phones, you're selling TV, you're running a company, like if it's a woman doing all this, people are very interested. they just want to understand it. Like, how is this person doing this? And I think that's a piece that you're missing on your everyday video, on your week to week, on your month to month, is like, how am I a businesswoman? And then you add everything around that.
I've seen actually how they engage with your content when you do put stuff out about your business or the work that you do.
Yeah.
And I think they're hungry for it. You know, you're
I just didn't understand, like I didn't know, like a lot of people want to see like that side hustle, like what are you and Hobby doing on the side, like whatever that might be.
Yeah.
In our case, you know, we own multiple units, and I can't just be like, oh, today I'm doing my makeup and then tomorrow I'm now talking about real estate.
The other thing I was thinking about with the consistency part and kind of going along with the entrepreneur woman component of it is maybe we should think about a strategy of how we create all this content to have a bulk of it, but then how do we release it? Or is there a specific day that you choose to make it like Business Tuesday, Business Wednesday, or something like that? So it's not just randomly being posted.
I think we've spoken about the consistency thing. We've spoken about this for like years, but we should have a calendar, a schedule, a timing. This content worked. We need to edit maybe this content a little bit different next month because this is what worked really well. And I think wrap that up. But it's going to require us as well to be very thorough with the planning and like, you know, analyzing the content and see what works.
Yes.
Last week on Becoming Roxy.
Sponsorships on YouTube were actually really hard to even come by. I feel like brands didn't really even know that like YouTubers were like influential people. Now, for the larger YouTubers that were huge back then, if they did take a sponsorship, they were considered a sellout. Like straight up, the viewers, their fans would just be like, you're a sellout. Now, however, in 2020, everybody is doing brand sponsorships. Like that is how most of us make our money because there is no more money in the ad revenue and the viewership, because unless you're getting millions and millions of views, you're not making that much money on YouTube anymore.